All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Strength and Balance. This morning we will warm up on our feet, but then we will move down to the floor. We will do a good amount on the floor, then we will move back up on our feet, then back down to the floor. So down and up, down and up. So we'll start up on our feet, but make sure you have everything that you need to so we are comfortable on the floor. I'm recording. Let's spin the music on. We will rock and roll. Okay, we're going to start off just with those shoulder rolls. We'll alternate with your right arm and your left arm, or left and right. I'm facing you, so alternate. Think big arm circles, spread the fingers at the top, really get some range of motion in that shoulder. I'll watch out for that light bulb because I hit it during my first class. At least it didn't shatter. Let's do one more each side. Soft bend in the knee, and we'll bring one arm forward, one arm back. Swimmers here. One more each side. And then open up those hands. We're going to open up the hands, palms face in, bring the hands back as far as you can, open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then bring one arm on top and give yourself a hug. Then again, let's open up the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades, and bring the other arm on top and give yourself a hug. Last time here. And now we are going to stay on the left side, and big arm circles only on the left. So big circle. You can pivot on that left foot just a little bit so we can move through that torso, get as much range of motion as you can. Let's do one more on the left, then we'll do the same thing on the right. Big circle. And let's release. Bring those arms out to the side, palms facing towards the floor, and we'll make small circles in one direction. And the opposite direction. And release. Drop the shoulders down and back. Soft bend in the knee. Take your head, look to the right and to the left. Try to get, again, as much range of motion that you can. Wake up the neck. Let's do one more each side. Then we'll take our head and look up and down. And release. We're going to bring those shoulders forward, up, around, and down. So wake up those shoulders. 2 more. Now alternate your arms overhead. So we're going to bring that left arm all the way overhead, reach, spread the fingers, feel this all the way down the side of the body, down to that toe, and then the opposite side. Make sure you shift your weight so that stationary leg, that opposite leg, is bearing most of the weight. Let's do 1 more each side. Then instead of overhead, we are going to twist and take it across. So when you twist, we want to pivot on that back foot and then reach across. So make sure we're not really reaching. We don't want to hinge. We want to stay up tall and reach. So we feel this in that midsection, and then the opposite side. One more each side. Then we'll get right into a step touch. So we're going to step to the left and tap, then step to the right and tap. So side to side. And when you have this, we are going to swing the arms to the side that we are step touching to. You can go as fast or as slow as you need to go. Just make sure that form is correct first before you speed it up. Let's do 1 more each side. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Alternating heels to the front. And to the back. So now we'll just tap them back. Squeeze the butt. One more each side. Then we're getting right into that heel and toe. So we're going to balance here on that right foot, a soft, natural bend in that right knee. Heel and toe on the left. So left heel forward, left toes back. Heel forward, toes back. So you don't want to move the rest of your body, only that left heel. Well, it's my right, my right, your left, forward and back. Last one like this, and then the opposite side. One more. And let's take another deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Knees to the front. So your hands are going to come up. We are going to alternate bringing a knee up and down, then the other side. Take your time. Never looks as high when I face forward. So bring your knee up as high as you can as you balance. Pressing through that stationary heel, keeping that core nice and tight. One more each side. Now we're going to take the heels to your butt. So we're going to alternate, driving a heel to your butt. The knees will be pointed towards the floor. You can hinge forward slightly at the hip as we kick your booty. You can always add those arms. One more each side. And I'm gonna have you open up your feet nice and wide. Nice and wide. Then we're going to press through the heel of that left foot. So press through the left heel. We're going to push your butt back. So pressing through that left heel, butt goes back. Make sure the knee doesn't go forward. The knee shouldn't go forward if you're pressing through that heel, okay? So then we're going to lean on that with that left forearm and circle that right arm in one direction. Same arm, opposite direction. And release. We're gonna come back up to center and then do the same thing on the opposite side. So press through that right heel with a nice wide stance. Butt goes back. Lean on that right quad and circle the left arm in one direction. Same arm, opposite direction. And release back to center. Walk your feet in. And here you can grab some water if you need to. We're gonna make our way down to the floor on your back. I'm gonna pull this back a little. So come on down on your back. Grab water if you need it. We'll stay on the floor for a bit. When you make your way onto the floor, focus on that form. Pelvic tilt. Hips are square, shoulders are square, arms are long by your side. You can let your body sink into the floor. Take slow, controlled breaths here. And we are going to go right into 10 pelvic tilts. So we are pressing that low back down to the floor, squeezing the tummy, pubic bone comes up towards your heart, and then you can release. That's one. Squeeze and hold. That's two. Squeeze. 3. And 4. Butt stays down on the floor. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more. Squeeze and hold. That's 10. You can release. Now we are going to extend both legs long and flex your feet. From here, we are going to hold that strong pelvic tilt. So make sure we don't arch the back. We really want to press that low back down to the floor. That'll take the pressure out of the hip flexor and into the abdomen. We don't want to pull from the hip flexor because if you feel it in that low back when we do this exercise, that means you're pulling it from the hip flexor. We don't want to aggravate the back. So we're going to flex your right foot. Lift that right foot up off the floor as high as you can with a straight leg. Then point the toes and come back down. We're going for 10 on the right. When you come all the way down to the floor, we want to hover about an inch above the floor. This is 2. Make sure you're focusing on that strong pelvic tilt. 3. Focus on that core stability. Very little movement in that body. That's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more on this side. Then we'll go right into the opposite side. So flex that left foot. You might notice that one leg's a little tighter, the hamstring's a little tighter. You might not go up as high. I say that because my left hamstring apparently is a little higher. That's 2. A little tighter. That's 3. Keep your core tight, a strong pelvic tilt. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. Last one. And 10. You can release, pull both knees into your chest, hug them in, rock side to side, relax your low back. We're going to keep your right knee pulled into your chest and extend that left leg long. Hug that right knee in, extend that left leg long, and then we're going to switch. Hug that left knee in, extend that right leg long. And switch. And switch. One more each side. And you can release both feet flat on the floor, about hip width distance apart. And we are going to get right into your bridges. So a strong pelvic tilt. Exhale, lift the hips up nice and high. Squeeze the butt at the top. And then slowly lower down. That was 1. We are going for 10. That's 2. Take your time as you come up and as you come back down. That's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more. And you can release on down. Arms out at shoulder height. We're just going to windshield wiper the knees. So drop them to the right, head to the left, and then slowly move them over to the left and the head turns to the right. Keeping that core nice and tight. One more each side. Then we will roll over to your left side for 10 clamshells. So when you're ready, we're going to roll over to the left. I'm just going to move my microphone Hopefully it doesn't act up. It's been acting up all day. Okay, so on the left side, shoulders are square, hips are square, feet are stacked, abdomen is nice and tight, and we are going to go right into 10 clamshells. So lift that right knee up, squeeze at the top, and then slowly come back on down. That's 1. Keep going. We're gonna go for 10. I think you can hear me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more. When you finish 10, we are going to stay on this side and extend both legs long. Flex your feet. So we want a nice straight line with the body. Flex your feet. Make sure you really flex your top leg. So that right leg should be really flexed. And turn the toes down slightly, but flex it first. Then we are going to go into those lateral leg lifts. So that's 1. We're going for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. When you finish 10 on the left, we are now going to roll over to the right, and I will flip over because I want to face you. On the right, we are going to start off with your clamshells first. Hips are square, shoulders are square. I'm having a heck of a time with this microphone. 10 clamshells. Lift that left knee up and squeeze, and then slowly come back on down. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. That's 10. Extend both legs long. When you finish your 10, flex your feet. Turn that left toe down slightly, but flex it first. And 10 lateral leg lifts. Lift up and down. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. And 10. When you finish your 10 leg lifts, you can roll back on your back, and we're going to go back into your bridges. This time we are going to open up that stance nice and wide. Make sure the knees are in line with the ankles. Abdomen is tight, pelvic tilt. And with this wide stance, we are going to lift the hips up, squeeze at the top, but make sure we have a little external rotation at the top so we work the glutes and the hips a little differently, and slowly lower down. That's 1. Hold that pelvic tilt. 2. Did I say we're going for 10? Because that's what we're doing. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 1 more. That's 10. You can release and pull both knees into your chest, hug them in, rock side to side. When you are ready, we are going to roll on over to hands and knees. So hands and knees. When you're on your hands and knees, if you'd like, you can push back into child's pose first. Just relax that lower back. We are going to come up into that hydrant. So that hydrant, I'm going to explain to you what we're doing first. So we want that hands and knees, that tabletop position. So make sure your wrist is in line with shoulder. Make sure the knees are in line with hips. We don't want the knees too close together or too far apart. We want them about hip width distance apart. I want you to please tuck your toes. So we're not on the top of the feet. We want to tuck the toes. Shoulders are down, squeeze the lats. And from here, we are going to lift that left knee out up to the left. So we are going to lift up like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. So lift up and down. That's 1. We're going for 10 per side. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. That's 10. Right away, same thing on the opposite side. So lift that right knee up and down. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 1 more. And 10. You can release and push back into child's pose. From here, we are going to go right into that dynamic bird dog. We will do 10 per side, then we're going to finally make our way back up to standing. So we're going to start off with that same perfect form. So wrist in line with shoulders, knees in line with hips, tuck the toes, shoulders are down, squeeze the lats. Make sure we're not sagging the hips. We want a nice flat back. Right arm comes forward, palm face in. Left leg is long. Press out through the heel. We are going to drive that right elbow and left knee in towards the center. And then extend long. That's 1. Again, we're going for 10. 2. Focus on that full extension. 3. Hips and shoulders stay square. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one. Opposite side when you are ready. Get that form first. Left palm is turned in. Extend your right leg long, flex the foot, elbow to knee, and extend long. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. You can release. We are going to push back into child's pose. Take your time. When you are ready, you can come up to your feet. You can grab some water. The next block, we will need a chair. So grab a chair. Hydrate. So we are going to alternate between 3 exercises. We will do sits and stands, then we will do those good mornings, and then we will do your calf raises. Okay, we are going to do 3 sets of 10-ish. So I say 3 sets of 10-ish because if it's too much for you, you can do less or you can do more. But the key is you have to have that perfect form first. Okay, so perfect form first. So we are going to start off with your sit to stands. So I'm going to do 10. You can do less or you can do more, but focus on that perfect form. We have 3 sets alternating all the way through. So hips away. You can start off seated on the chair. We want about a 90-degree angle behind the knee. Feet about hip width apart or wider, but make sure the knee's in line with the ankle. So we don't want the knees to come in or too far apart. We want the feet flat on the floor. When you stand up, we want to come all the way up, squeeze the booty. And then when you come down, we want to come back down and very little movement. So we don't want to rock forward and back. We want very little movement. So that's 2 for me. 3, eyes are forward. I have my hands up to help keep my chest up. 6, 7, press through the heel. 8, 9, and 10. When you finish your 10-ish or however many you are going to do, you're going to sneeze. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We're going to do your good mornings. So hands behind, arms are up, fingers on the side of your head. We're going to push the booty back. So the feet are about a little more narrow than hip width, but we don't want them touching. Soft bend in the knee, and we're going to push the booty back as we come down with a nice flat back, and then come back on up. So we should be feeling the stretch down the hamstring and the glute. And when we stand up, we want to push the hips forward by squeezing the butt, so we're not working the back. So down and up. That's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure you feel this down the back side of the leg. 9. And that's 10. Then we will go into 10 calf raises. So if you need the chair for balance, please do so. If not, you can just come up and down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's your last one. So we're going to go through those 3 again. So sit to stands, good mornings, calf raises. So you know what we're doing. You know the form. You can do less or add more because we have 2 more rounds. So whatever's appropriate for you. I'm going to do 10 each time. So you can follow along with me or do your own thing. That's up to you. So 10-ish. Really focus on form. I'm most focused on that form, how your body's feeling. The nice thing is we can look at ourselves on the video. When you finish, however many you're going to do for those sit to stands, we're going back to those good mornings. Hips away, butt goes back, soft bend in the knee, and make sure your back is nice and flat. When you finish your good mornings, you can get right into those calf raises. Again, make sure you go at your own pace and however many repetitions you need to do. But remember, we have 1 more set. When you finish, we have 1 last set. This is the maximum amount that you can do. So if you can challenge yourself with that perfect form, you can do a few more. Listen to your body. Form is key. Last set. After those sit to stands, we have those good mornings. Focus on that form. Focus on squeezing your butt to push yourselves forward. Push the hips forward. When you finish those good mornings, we're going to go right into calf raises. When you finish all 3 sets of all 3 exercises, you can put your chair away. You can grab a sip of water if need be. We are going to try something today. We have not done this virtually yet. It's nothing too crazy. It's our balance walk. So if you have a crack in your floor, something on a rug, I'm actually going to use the edge of my yoga mat here. So try to find maybe a stripe in the rug, something that you can see. What we want to do is we want to stay on that line, arms out, and we are touching your heel to your toe as we walk down that line. So hopefully you have more space than what I have. If not, that's okay. Just try to find whatever space. Now my curtain's in the way, so I might have to put the arm up, get it out of the way. I'm actually going to go all the way around my yoga mat. So whatever you need to do, try to balance, focus on that perfect balance form, and make sure your feet touch. I'm not wearing any shoes, but if you're wearing your shoes, make sure your shoes, the back of the shoe touches the front of the shoe. And if you're not wearing shoes, make sure your heel touches your toe. Remember posture. So I am looking down, but my shoulders are still down and back. My abdomen is tight, and really focus on that posture. That was 1 lap for me around my yoga mat. So when you feel comfortable, when you finish your balance walk, when you're ready, if your heart rate is down, we're going to come back down to the floor. We're going to start off on our back, and we are going back into, or not back, we haven't done it yet today. We're going into that dying bug. So on your back, you're ready for your dying bug. I'm going to grab the timer for the plank. We are going to remain on the floor for the rest of class. So if you need anything to come down onto the floor with, please bring it with you. If you want to bring your water, we're going to stay down on the floor for the last 15 minutes of class. So we're going to start off on your back. I'm going to talk about this dying bug first while everybody gets down. So don't follow along with me unless you want extra dying bugs. So that dying bug, I'm going to give you 2 options. We're going to hold that pelvic tilt either way. Knees will be bent for everybody. Feet are flexed. Arms are going to be up over your chest, fingertips pointed towards the ceiling. So make sure the arms aren't overhead. We want to drop the shoulders down and bring them straight up. So from here, you can either alternate dropping the heels down to the floor, which will be a little bit easier. Or if you want to add that arm, we are adding that opposite arm with that opposite leg. Now today, I'm going to give you a 3rd option. And that 3rd option is much more difficult. So if you have a hard time holding your pelvic tilt, or if you feel a lot of pain in your low back, I want you to keep the knees bent. But if you feel strong in that core, if you do not feel pain in that low back, we are going to extend the legs long and then either alternate the legs here, or we can add that opposite arm and leg that are straight. Okay, so that's up to you. Any option of those, well, technically 4. All right, so I'm going to keep my knees bent and add my arms. You choose what's right for you. We are going to do 10 per side. Hold that pelvic tilt, core is tight, and let's begin. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7, 8, 9, one more per side. That is 10. You can release, pull both knees in towards your chest, hug them in, rock side to side. We have one last exercise for you to do today. That is your plank. So we are going to flip on over. Today I'm going to let you choose if you are going to do 1 minute of a low plank or 1 minute of a high plank. Before we start, I am going to show you the difference between the two real quick. Low plank, we have the forearms down, abdomen is tight, shoulders are down, and you are holding here. That high plank, wrist is in line with the shoulder, abdomen is tight, step your feet back and hold here. Either one is fine. I would like you to do the one that you can perform with proper form, but preferably the one that you don't do as often. So for most of us, I think it's probably we'll do the high plank. However, if your hips start to sag or your wrists start to hurt, then you can come down and do the low plank, or if you'd rather do the low plank the whole time, that's fine too. So your choice, last minute, and then we will stretch. So if you want, you can do half high plank, half low plank, which actually I think I'm going to do. So I'm going to start off in that high plank, everybody up and hold. So wrist is in line with shoulder. Shoulders are down, squeeze the lats, make sure the booty is not tucked. We want to tuck up, we want to tuck the tail. We want to make sure the hips aren't sagging. We want to pull the belly button up towards your spine, squeeze the midsection. Make sure you keep breathing. Sounds like circus music. 2, 3, 2, and that's halfway. So I'm going to come down into that low plank for the second half. $15 more seconds. Make sure you keep breathing, staying strong. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. You can push your hips back over heels into that child's pose. Relax. We are going to stretch. Sink into this child's pose. Then walk your hands over to the left, head between the arms. Press that right hand firmly down on the ground. You should feel this down the right side of the back, the lats on the right side. Other side. Back to center hold. And come up to that tabletop position. Tuck the toes, cat-cow. Arch your back, tuck your chin, tuck the tail. Then lift the chin and lift the tail. We want to try to get as much range of motion that you can here. Then we are going to come on down flat on your stomach. Bring your elbows back next to your chest. Hips stay down on the floor. Lift your chest up into that cobra. If you have the flexibility to keep the hips on the floor and lift up with the hands, then you can come up a little bit higher, but the most important thing is to keep the hips down on the floor. We want to feel this in that low back and stretch of the abdomen. So whatever is appropriate for you. We will roll over to our right side. Make a nice straight line with your body on the right, then reach for that left ankle. Pull the left heel back towards your butt for your quadricep stretch here on this side. Make sure the knee doesn't come forward. We want to pull it back and push the hips forward. And release. Other side. Roll on over to the left. Straight line with your body first. Then reach for that ankle. Pull the heel back to your butt. And release. Roll onto your back. On your back, you can extend both legs long, both arms long overhead. Full body stretch. Reach in opposite directions. Get as long and tall as you can go. Then pull the right knee in towards your chest. Hug the right knee in and make big circles with that right foot in one direction. And same foot, opposite direction. Now extend that right leg long, but we want that right foot to be up towards the ceiling, and pull that right leg towards your chest for your hamstring stretch. If you have a strap, you can always use a strap, place it around the bottom of the foot to help pull your leg closer to your chest. And release. Extend that leg long. Same thing on the opposite side. Pull the knee in first, and we are going to circle that foot in one direction. Same foot, opposite direction. And extend that leg long. Bottom of the foot is up towards the ceiling. Pull that leg towards your chest for your hamstring stretch. And release. Bend that knee. Place that foot down, bend the right knee, place that foot down, arms out at shoulder height. Drop the knees to your right, head comes to your left, and hold. And knees to the left, head to the right, and home. Back to center. You can sit on up, sit however you are comfortable. If you prefer to stand, now you can come up to your feet. And when you are ready, roll the shoulders back. Drop the arms, drop the shoulders, head goes to the right, and drop your chin. Other side, drop the chin. Release back to center, arms out at shoulder height, palms up towards the ceiling this time. Look up, push your thumbs back to open up the chest. Make sure you keep the shoulders down. And release. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. 2 more. Last one. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Good job today, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Let me get in here.